Today I want to make a pin cushion. I have this beautiful fabric that's left over from an apron, and I saw something similar to this on a video I was watching for something else, and I don't even know what it was. But I'm going to use this block. Let me see how big it is. I was thinking this way I wouldn't have to measure. It's supposed to be 5 inches, so I'm just going to I'm going to cut out 2 of these. Oh, the dog hears me when I tap on the table like that. He thinks that somebody is knocking at the door. I'm Joanne, and I'm going to get right to it here. I'm using this fabric as my pattern. I'm just going to cut around about 1/4 of an inch all the way around it, and I put right sides together. I got 2 pieces of fabric here. Put them right side together so I can have a top and a bottom. And I'm just going to cut this out, and we are on our way to making a pin cushion. You can use any fabric that you want. If you're making it with me, grab your fabric and we'll do this together. This is going to be quick and easy, unless I get chatting too much like I usually do. All right, we're going to call this an upcycle because I'm taking this fabric that is just leftover and I'm upcycling it to a pin cushion. Even that would be pretty, huh? Distractions. Now what I'd like to do is make this, and this. Okay, so that's going to be, I'm going to say 5.5, so that's going to be like, all right, I'm going to do this. This, and how tall do I want it? Not that tall. That's one side. That's another side. I really just, what am I going to use here? If this works out, what is this? This is 12, 24, 25, 26, 27 inches. And I only want it to be about 2 inches high. Even that seems like it's too high. I'm going to say a 2-inch strip, because when I get done sewing it, it's probably going to be about 1.5 inches. So I'm going to do this the lazy way and just look where the ruler is and aim. My eye is looking at the ruler. And just go right down there. Make a 2-inch strip. Can I call this an upcycle? No. Well, I'm upcycling the fabric. No, I'm not. Well, I'm going to call this a pin cushion. You're not going to believe it, but it is another rainy day. I just went out to see the baby chicks. They're not really baby, but I keep calling them that. And when I call them, they all come to the corner of the chicken run looking for me. Because I am the mother goose. That's what my husband said. Okay, what did I do with my squares? I lose things fast. And this is a big table. This is a big pin cushion too. I might want to rethink that, because then I have to fill it. This is my idea, is to go around here, so like that. So I reconsidered and I decided that I needed to make the squares 4.5 inches. So I'm just marking 4.5 all the way down, because otherwise it seemed like the pincushion was just going to be ginormous, and I didn't want to have another ginormous thing on my desk. So measure twice, cut once, right? So that's what I'm doing here. Just cutting out the 2 squares, put them right sides together because it's good practice. All right, let's get the right color thread in the machine. I'm using white on the top and cream on the bottom because it will be mimicking what's in here already in the fabric. So I don't have to redo my bobbin. I already have some. I'm going to take my this is going to be the sides, and I'm going to do right sides together. I'm going to overlap 1/2 inch just to make sure that I have enough space to turn that corner, and I'm going to come in 1/4 inch. Let's see where I want to stop. I'm going to use a pin to tell me to stop. Sorry, my furnace kicked on, so I'm taking the strip and I am attaching it to the square 1/4 inch. I'm putting a pin where I want to stop sewing because I can't see because I have the right sides together. When I go to a corner, I put the needle down and I pivot the whole project around to the left, come around, and then I sew a 1/4 inch. Before I do that, I put my pin where I want to stop. And I'm going to come down 1/4 inch and stop at the pin, and then take the pin out. When I come around here, I will stop probably about 1/2 inch to 1 inch before I get to the end, because I want to attach the 2 sides together before I complete it. That's what I'm doing here, estimating where I want to stop. I'm going to sew this right about there. You see how I did that? I estimate that it should be right about there. The reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want to have to fuss with a little piece of fabric at the end. Now I can cut this off, cut the threads, cut this. And I'll just go where I left off, right to the corner, do a little pivot, and then back stitch right in that corner. I'm going to lay that down, come around the corner, And let's see what it looks like. It'll work. It'll work. Now I'm kind of wishing I made this a little higher. Sometimes you got to go with your first instinct. Oh well. Now, my top, I have to leave an opening. But I want this to be wrong sides together. So I'm going to put it inside here. And I'm going to start in the middle of a side. I want to remember to keep this. This is longer. Okay. All right, I'm going to start over here in the middle of the long side. I'm going to stop right before the corner. There's the corner. Put the pin in so that I can sew. There. Pivot. Ah, much better using two hands. Again, I'm wrong sides together here, going around the perimeter of the square. Beginning to second guess myself on this. I'm doing this the right way. I think I gotta have a little pucker in there, right there. Right at the corner. I don't think this is going to be a tutorial. This is going to be for entertainment only. When you do it, you'll probably do it differently. This is the gist of it. Leave a little opening for putting the fluff in. I think it'll work though. It looks like it's going to work. Oh, take some scissors. Just go into that corner and cut just up to the line. That'll put that where you want it to be. It's got a lot of fraying with this fabric. This is the kind of fabric that you would probably want to use your serger with, but I didn't want that look of the serge. I wanted the natural look of the fabric. So that's it. I'm just going to now stuff it. I'm just going to stuff it with this polyfill because I can't stuff it with walnut shavings because, first of all, if somebody is allergic to nuts, you can't use pins, pin their fabric, and then, you know, have them have an allergic reaction. And I should have let the hole be bigger. Probably leave the whole one side open. That way you don't have to deal with this. Okay, it's easier once you get most of it stuffed, it's easier to then stuff it if you make the hole too small. See? There we go. Now, you could sew this by hand, but I do not want to do that. Not when I have a sewing machine there waiting for me to use. I'm just going to come across here and shut it up. So there, I don't think it came out too bad. I really like it, considering I didn't have a real pattern, and it was just something that I saw on somebody's table when they were sewing, and I thought, I want to make something like that. I think it came out pretty good. Probably would be pretty in different colors, cottons. I really wished I could see other people's if they make theirs, but I really don't know how we could do that. I wish you could put it in the comments with a picture. Maybe that could happen. If anybody knows how we could get that going, that would be great. I mean, it was probably about 25 minutes for me to do it. And of course, I had to edit most of this out. I did a lot of more filming than this video shows you, but all in all, I was really happy with it, and I'm hoping that my next project, I don't always like to say it, but my next project is going to be an apron, so that when I go to collect the eggs from the baby chicks, I'm going to have pockets. I'm going to try to go out with an apron on when I go to see the baby chicks. When they're not going to be babies, when they're laying eggs, but that's my goal. And my hair is in the way, so I apologize for that. So I'm going to edit that out and show you what the baby chicks are looking like again, because I think they're much cuter than my hair. I'm just outside enjoying chicken hour. It's 7:30 at night.